Alright, I'm going to do another video here, another shelter video. It's one of those U.S. Army military pup tents, the old style canvas ones. And it went up pretty quickly, you know, quicker than the tarp one that I did, because there's a million ways to set those up. Yeah, you can set these up a bunch of different ways too. But these are good shelters, good bug out shelters in case you need them, things like that. It could, you know, look like it could be staked out a little bit tighter and things like that, but not too bad, not too bad. And I remember having these as a kid and playing in them, spending the night, stuff, playing Army, you know, all that kind of stuff when you're a kid. But it's pretty roomy, you know. It's enough for two people, some little bit of gear stuff, not a whole lot of room and everything. I'll open it up here too. Ran off and left my stakes that I had set out for it, but I had some stakes, so the old crappy metal, just single, I don't know, hook looking things that are, but I had some stakes. I ran off and left them, but I'm actually using some screwdrivers stuck into the ground as some of the stakes. That actually works fairly well. But yeah, I forgot my stakes. But I'm going to open this thing up a little bit. My screwdriver. So let's go for a little ride here. Yep, so there we go. There's the inside. And it's, you know, it's pretty roomy. Not too bad. Looks like my pole, looks like it's kind of off center there, but oh well. It's tight. It's holding it up. And we go inside. So yeah, I mean, legs are all the way in here, completely covered. Yeah, the only bad thing about these that I do not like, though, is doesn't have a floor. Kind of like a floor, you know. But you can always lay a tarp down if you had to, you know, if you want to keep it watertight off the ground a little bit. If you wanted to, you can just, if you have a roll of duct tape or something, you can duct tape the tarp to the edges. Make your own little bathtub floor, you know. The tarp, make sure you stay dry, keep the bugs off you. So I do have a mosquito net or a tent for one of these that you set up inside it, and it's packed away somewhere, but I do have one, and I've never set one up inside it. I never have done it, but I didn't even think about it because I have had it for years, but I've had it for years, but I've put it up somewhere and I haven't even messed with it. It's brand new, and actually when I got these tarps, this tent, it looked like it was unissued, but there was something on it or something like that. I can't remember what it was, and I washed it, which I shouldn't have done, which is stupid. But so when I washed it in a washing machine, piece at a time, it kind of left this white marks on it a little bit. You know, like on this side, you can see a little bit where it's kind of where it probably was folded up inside the washing machine and all that stuff. It's no big deal. It doesn't bother me. It's no big deal. But the thing about these things, another thing that I do not like about them, is that it's canvas, so it's heavy. It's gonna be heavy, and also if it does rain, it will leak. You know, it will protect you from rain, but if you see a droplet forming on the inside or something and you touch that drop, it will leak, and it will continue to leak from that point. I remember that when I was a kid too, and plus I've, you know, read about them and stuff over the years, and that's a common complaint about them. But I do have something for that. Let me show you. All right, something else that these tarps that I have, you know, you saw me the last video I did, the multicam tarp. I also have a marine tarp. Same size as the other one, same setup. So here's my idea. Now, of course, you know, this can be staked out a little bit too, you know, tighten them up. But just throw one of those nylon tarps on top of it like that, and it will be watertight because of that, provided, of course, you don't have any holes in your tarp, but it usually shouldn't, and between that and the other, it should do pretty good. Now, you notice it doesn't cover the whole entire thing, but I have two of those type tarps. I have that multicam one and I have this one, and they do snap together. So therefore, it can be put together like that, and it can cover the entire thing, you know, except for, you know, maybe the fronts here at the entrances, you know, stuff like that. But you're pretty much almost all the way in there laying down. You know, I'm not like the super tallest guy. I'm average height, 5'7", something like that, 5'7.5", something. And so I can lay in there with plenty of room, and you should be pretty good, you know. Of course, you can get a bigger tarp. You know, these are only these sizes of tarps. I plan on getting a bigger tarp, which would end up covering that entire thing. You know, because I'm thinking about getting a, you know, a 16 by 16, maybe even, you know, even maybe smaller, little 12 by 12 or something. But, you know, these other tarps, they're only like, I think they're 7 by 9 or something like that. So they're not huge, you know, by any means, but they do work. But that's the idea I have for that. So, yeah. So that would be good protection from rain. And, you know, the thing is that these things are heavy. You can pack them. You know, they broke them down into 2 halves each. You know, it's a 2-man shelter, so each, you know, soldier carried 1 half, and the other soldier, you know, his teammate, carried the other half. But they are incredibly well made. I mean, they are bomb proof. You know, I mean, it's canvas, heavy canvas, and it is awesome. Now, of course, you know, you can spray waterproofing stuff on this. I have not done that. I know people have, but it seems like they say they have problems with it because the canvas, for some reason, just doesn't take it well, or doesn't work well. But other people say they've had good success with it, so I don't know. But you know, I'm not worried about that myself. It'd be a great shelter even for cold weather camping. Perfect, you know, for that. Because I mean, it will keep the wind off you and stuff. You know, let me try to set it up another way too. That could be a pretty cool way to set it up. I'll come back with you. All right. So you can see there, I got it set up a little different now. Put some poles on it. Just improvise some quick poles with a nail in the end. Stuff, tied it down. Could be a little tighter, of course, but it's just for demonstration purposes. And got a pole here in the middle. Let me bring you around here. I'll show you from this angle. hole in the middle right there to kind of get a little bit of a extra headroom up in there. So that's great right there. That's a great, especially for winter camping or something, you know, when it's not so buggy and stuff. And even, you know, if it's not super cold or anything, blowing wind or anything like that, just a, you know, you can get out there, you know, you can open it up like that. And have, even in the summertime, of course, stuff, you know, if you got some bug netting, it'd work real good. But yeah, I mean, it's, you know, I got my tarp laid on top of it, of course, too, just for, because I didn't take it off. But of course, I mean, you can bring these down. Since it's stuck out like that, though, these stakes, they're not gonna pull tight to that. But you can bring it down if you wanted to, you know, for a little extra room or privacy, kind of, in a way, you know, or something. Now, you know, I do have that other tarp, and I might lay it on there just to see what it looks like. But this is a good little camping, you know, even bug out shelter. I mean, these things are great, you know, but they're great for camping, if you, things like that, especially, you know, not really for hiking with them because they're so heavy. But if you don't have far to go in there, then to where you're going, if you can car camp and walk in just a little ways to where you're at, you know, you don't have too much to worry about, you know, the weight and everything. I mean, they are heavy. They're probably, I don't know how much they weigh, probably a good 15, at least that. But yeah, I just got that tarp laid on there. It's not tight down or anything, but it can be tightened. Let's put that other one on there just for shits and grins and see what we can see what it looks like. Well, there it is with the multicam tarp on it. It's actually, I think that tarp might be a little bit bigger than that marine tarp. I'm not sure about that. I thought they were the same size. I've never measured them out. I bet it is the same size. Actually, I think it is the same size. Anyway, you know, do a little more stealth camping with it, type of deal. A little more rain coverage from it. Tighten it out a little bit, but I've got nails right here at these corners, so I just got it laid on there. I don't want it to tear my tarp up, so. That's kind of the deal, though, you know. So I mean, but it gets good coverage, good rain coverage in case you need it. Just to throw it up there, especially if it's just a light rain or something. And yeah, I think it's cool. I'm gonna get one more look at it with it all put together like normal, and with both tarps over it. I'll be back with you in a second. Okay, now I got both tarps on there. And you can see they're both long enough they will go to the ground. Of course, the sides are still open, exposed a little bit, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. But see how it lays over the other one. But the good thing about these things too is that, see, if you look right here, both of them are military issued tents, and they will snap together. You know, not to snap it, but they do. And so that would hold that together. You stake them out so they won't blow off or anything like that in case there's a wind, which with the storm most likely is. But that's what it is. I think I'm gonna find, I may use this tent for winter camping. You know, be good and insulated. Well, anyway, that's my video. Just a quick short video of this tent and some ideas I'm playing around with and things like that. So yeah. Very cool. All right. Thanks guys for watching. I'll see you later.